the topic of this particular episode, and it may not fit really with Latter Daily Digest, so maybe Jean can we can discuss if we want to keep it on that channel or not. But anyway, I want to go over I think some well, this is, I guess, one mental health tactic. If you're not doing well, if you're very concerned about the future, if you're concerned about people that you love, then you know, I guess I'm just going to share some things that really help me. And of course, there's the really normal, obvious stuff. Health, we got to take care of our physical health, and that affects our mental health, but also sometimes it's therapy that we need or medications. And of course, that has to do sometimes with our financial and job situation. So I know it's not necessarily an easy thing to do. But anyway, I'm going to be focusing on music today. But I guess I did just want to go over, I guess, just a couple of generals. Leading up to the election, I was I mean, I was trying to be good, but not trying really hard, I guess, as far as, my physical health. I wasn't just completely letting everything go, but I still wasn't prioritizing it. And it's kind of funny that, like, once the election was over and, the results kind of settled in, I realized, like, we're in it for the long haul. We're really in it for the long haul now, and we have to take care of our health. I don't know, it just settled on me. I have to prioritize this. So I'm still trying to work it out exactly how I'm going to do that, but I do know already I've made what small changes I can to eat healthier foods, to just at least even like getting an idea of just what do I want? I want more vegetables in my diet. I'm really bad at taking vitamins. I probably should get a really good vitamin. And then the physical activity, just general movement, just for general health and well-being, but also, getting that heart rate going and lifting and just muscle strength. I want to be stronger, and who knows, maybe we'll need it. And those things always affect the mental health as well. And but sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes the things that we're physically doing for our body are not going to be enough to get us mentally through. And so I just want to encourage everybody out there, if you have issues with substances or other bad habits that you have tended like fallen off the wagon on in the past when things are bad, be mindful of that, be wary of that. um just don't give up just yet. Don't give up just yet. That's what I want to say. But ask for help if you need it. And I know that sounds, I mean, it sounds simple and it sounds maybe weird at the same time, but um for me, I feel like what I am seeing happening in real life, just in real time online, are a lot of women having basically the same realization that I had when Dobbs happened, particularly in relationship to my dad. And um, yeah, sorry, I got distracted. It is easier to have someone else like behind the scenes to work things out with. But anyway, so yeah, Dobbs happened. My relationship with my dad, it didn't quite end right there because it took me a while to really see and accept who my dad really was, and not just like recently, because but there has always been. And I gave him and many men in my life the benefit of the doubt that they truly cared about me, and that if things really came down to the wire and on the line, that they would be there for me. And I realized with the Dobbs decision that my dad is not one of those people, and never has been. I just kind of was fooling myself when I thought that that was the case. But in addition to that, it started a really difficult mental spiral. And it still took me like a year, maybe even 18 months. I really struggled for a long time if I wanted to try to actually have a relationship with my dad and repair it. And eventually I came to the conclusion, which again, I see happening now with a lot of people, that this it's just there's no point to it. If they cared about us enough, then they wouldn't have done what they did, and they wouldn't believe what they do. And there just comes a realization that you can't change it. So if you're going through that, like I was at the time, and I had just started working with Mormon Stories podcast, so separate from these things. But at the time, it was my dream job, and I did just to be going through this like spiral. I just I couldn't sleep, and I am experiencing that now. Um, but that's the one thing that I haven't quite got a handle on. But especially back then, I think I went 4 days with only like little kind of micro naps here and there, where my body just kind of finally, you know, had to cave for a few moments of rest. And I had a psychiatrist at the time because I have ADHD, so I do take medications for that. So I called to, get an appointment, and they were friendly as usual. And just the earliest appointment was going to be a couple weeks away. And I remember feeling really distressed at that, and feeling, in the moment, on the phone, while they're casually looking into what's the next availability, for me to say, "Look, I'm not okay. I'm really not okay, and I need help." And luckily, being the job that they had, they understood. So they said, "Okay, so this is an emergency. We need to get you in like right away," kind of a situation. And I said, "Yeah." But it took I don't know, just that moment before deciding to say like, I mean, I think because it's the conditioning. I've had that passive, pleasant, polite. My needs aren't that great. So-called women's needs, as an apostle of the Mormon Church has called it. So, yeah, just I've had a lifetime of being used to just kind of um, inconveniencing myself more than inconveniencing others. So it was a scary moment. And anyway, I just wanted to share that, and put that out there that maybe if you did, maybe if you thought that by saying I need an appointment as soon as possible, if you have something similar where they're looking at, oh, we've got 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, um, to say like, I need help right now. This isn't something that can wait. And you do have to be that clear sometimes. So that's the one thing I want to do. And I did the right thing by immediately seeking help, like, because it takes a while, especially like when you're in a spiral, like you got to slow down the spiral before you can stop the spiral, before you can start to, climb out of the hole that you almost spun into. So anyway, it takes time. So here we go. I'll go ahead and put that link there that I was talking about. This is what I want my main channel to be for reproductive rights, again, titled When We Choose. And the idea with this is that I'm looking at a broad um, coverage of there's so many issues that attach to reproductive rights. It's not something that's just in a vacuum. And you would think that that would be obvious, but there's a lot of things that I thought was obvious, and it just really apparently are not to the rest of the world. So, okay. So besides all the normal things, get your mental health under control as quickly as you can. Make sure you're watching your physical health. Don't be like me and figure out how to make yourself sleep. But I guess good ways, because this is something that I guess in pursuing wrong ways to try to get to sleep, we can maybe make things worse before making things better. So always consult the doctor. I'll say that. I am not a doctor, so I'm not giving out medical advice, and telling you what to do. Of course, you always have to um, do what's best for you. Anyway, let's get into the topic of today, which may or may not cause me some more problems than I initially anticipated. So, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up in a, or you know what? Actually, maybe this will be okay. I wanted to go over songs. So I use music a lot. And this is not something I realized or was as like as a teenager. I had um, cassette, and yeah, just things were really limited to that and the radio. And you can't always decide with the radio what it is that you're listening to. And I gotta say, as an adult, and especially this era of smartphones, and yeah, everything's just so close to what we've got, in our hands, and everything is so accessible. um we can, I found it very therapeutic to make playlists kind of around moods that either I am in and just want to be able to process my feelings in, or moods that I want to get into. So I have upbeat ones I've literally titled the playlist like makes me want to move, whether it's to work on goals or just or get those chores done that I don't want to do. These are the songs that make those chores the most bearable and fun to do. And with the um, Dobbs and the protests and things, I've got a playlist that's just called "I'm Pissed," and it's quite a mix. I've got, I think, almost 200 songs on it. We're definitely not going over all of them today, but I just cycle. Sometimes if a song's a little bit more on the hopeful side than I'm feeling, and I want to process my sad feelings, I'll skip to sadder ones. And by the end of it, especially if you can either like dance or move or sing along or even lip sync if you can't be making noise where you live, um, trying to participate in the music somehow, or even a lot of times driving, and I don't even have to sing along, but I'll have it all the way up, so it's just kind of I'm just getting it all from all sides. It feels like I'm like swimming in the music. It helps us to process them out. So I think my past self, I would have thought like, well, if I'm sad and I listen to sad music, it'll just make me more sad. Or if I'm angry and I listen to angry music, it'll just build the anger. And I mean, sometimes it does, but it's part of processing the anger because it's in there. And that's a really healthy way to get it out. And anyway, it's just it's there's just kind of there's a whole gamut of it. So I just wanted to share like a few of my favorites that have been really helpful to me. And it does look like I do need to get a different window open. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Um, Here we go. With as much experience as I have um doing these kinds of things, it feels wildly different to do it solo, I gotta say. So here we go. I'm going to start with, let's see. I want to make sure that I've got the audio. Hmm. So sorry, everybody. I will get it. I'm trying to remember which account actually that I, because I did a whittled down version of the playlist. Okay, all right, I have found it. So let's get this over here. I can monitor it separately. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Um, okay, and I don't want it to play just yet. Here we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a Bad Reputation, Joan Jett. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie, I guess. And I was exposed to the song like, when I was younger, and of course, very religious. So there was nothing good behind having a bad reputation. So I wouldn't see anything good about this kind of a song. But of course, obviously, I found it very uh, empowering now because um, there's really just such a double standard, I think, of what it means to have a bad reputation. And unfortunately, we live in a society now where just caring about other people's lives and sanity and health and happiness is just that's enough to give you a bad reputation. And that's enough to be seen as a troublemaker. So, hopefully, Jean, if you're here, I'm hoping the sound comes through, and I'll just play some of it. So let me know, audience. Thanks for being here. If we need to put it up or down a little bit. All right. Hopefully, it's coming through. All right. Anyway, that's one of my favorites. And then I want to go into I'll go into some of the angry stuff, I guess. So this artist, Delilah Bon, I'm finding a lot of new stuff that I had never gotten into before. So if I mispronounce something, um, my apologies. This one I do want to show the video because I do just love how she did it. So here we go. Hi, Dave. Hopefully you can hear that music. Can you let me know? Hoping that it's all going through. Um, so yeah, so this song, and especially with the music video, again, like when I was younger, I would have seen this as just like super, you know, negative and bad and just all the wrong things about women. But again, like I really I was being raised on all the wrong things about women. And so I love that, with the all of the real people that she involved in this music video. There's just the whole gamut of things that people are wearing. So I there's just always this I guess idea that a woman who is a feminist who is dressing how she feels comfortable, when we use those words, that it means with less clothing or more revealing, that's always what it means, and that's just not true. So I appreciate that so many different styles were being shown, from combat boots and military style stuff to the skimpier side of things. So yeah, it's just a simple message, but sadly still needed, that we don't exist for the men around us. We dress for ourselves, we dance for ourselves, and we don't have to answer. So I appreciate oh no, damn Dave, you can't hear the music. I'm going to You should still be able to. Let me try again. So oh, this is frustrating. Okay, says share tab audio. Maybe it does have actually a built-in something or other, so that yeah, you're right, actually, Dave, it probably is. So let me go ahead and does it affect my sound at all? It is copyrighted. Okay, so it is gonna be black. That's such a bummer. I need to figure out a workaround for that then. So, okay, well, this is gonna be a lot shorter of a show. Wait, no, I didn't have it up. Let me tell me one more time, if the music is coming through. I'm playing it right now. Were you hearing that? And so my thing, the reason why I thought I could share the music with this was that I don't think you get a copyright strike. Okay, so you were hearing it, Dave? That's good to know. Okay. Um, I just figured, I know that you can't monetize, or the monetization will go to the artists, but that's fine with me because I'm not monetized anyway, so I'm not losing out on anything, by going over these. So, yeah, okay. So this is I Don't Listen to You. And again, this is for like kind of the angry, the um punk, the I guess screamo. I don't really get into that too much, but anyway, the next one is Scene Queen. This is called Pink Barbie Band-Aid. And I'll go ahead and just play a little bit of this, maybe. I drop my V8 in your lobby, put some power on this pussy, have the cops hit my agent. Tell him there's certain part. Freedom of speech, freedom means nothing when you can shoot me down with the push of a button. Freedom of speech, freedom means nothing when I don't know my body, even if we're fucking. pussy, tell the cops you're my agent. Tell them to come book me. All right. So, I'm glad I was able to get right to the verse that goes into our bodily autonomy and yeah, it just doesn't mean anything. It's so simple. We should have the rights to our own bodies. I really don't understand why this is um even has to be an issue, honestly. But anyway, if you're wanting screaming to kind of, get you really work it out kind of stuff, there's that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and skip along to do um some other ones. These ones I guess I'll call sassy ones. That's just the mood it gets me into. I may not necessarily be in a place where I feel like I can fight the power, but maybe I just need my own power, and these songs kind of do that for me. So, this next one is actually Todrick Hall, who is a drag queen, and this is a really wonderful album, I think, especially for LGBTQ. Um, and it's called Straight Out of Oz. I think that's what it is. Let's see if we can get the yeah. Pause that. Straight Out of Oz, and there's just a lot of parallels, I guess, to his coming out journey and all of that to the story of the Wizard of Oz. So anyway, so this song is called "The Wrong Bitch."
Now if you think I'm some sideline type chick, think a guy's gonna sell me lies, best recognize real quick, bitch, you got the wrong bitch, you got the wrong bitch, you got the wrong bitch. If you think you gonna slanderize my name, you done lost your mind, ain't got time for all these games, bitch, you got the wrong bitch, you got the.
All right. So that's one of my sassy ones. Um, I thought I had. Oh, this is a good one. One Woman Army. I'm on the battlefield like, oh my God, oh la la. Knocking soldiers down like house of cards, oh la la. I'm a one-woman army, oh la la. Yes, I'm a one-woman army, oh la la, oh la la, oh la la. All righty. I thought I had Christina Aguilera on here. Oh yeah, this was like right in front of my face. Here we go.
So, what am I not supposed to have an opinion? Should I keep quiet just because I'm a woman? Call me a bitch, cause I speak what's on my mind. Guess it's easier for you to swallow if I sat and smile. When a female fires back, suddenly the target don't know how to act. So, that's what that little boy would do. Making up a few false promises to that for sure is not a man to me. It's flattering names for popularity. He says you only get to me through controversy. But now it's time for me to come and give you more. So it's so ironic how very relevant that that first verse is to today and what we're seeing right now. One of the most disheartening things since the news of the election has been the posts about teens and what boys are saying to girls in schools, and not even in schools, but I've been surprised by a few just even workplace stories. It's really scary. The misogynists are obviously very comfortable to just be who they are quite openly. So yeah, there, it's time for the sass, I think, because being nice has not worked to get us anything. Everything has always had to be a fight. I want to go into yeah, fuck you, Lily Allen. That's an angry one too. I want to do yeah, I guess ones where the fighting ones where I'm feeling ready to fight. I guess these are the songs that kind of take me here. Coming alive. It's almost time now. I lit the fire to watch it burn. I got the heat now. La 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 la. Ooh, ooh, I'ma get it right now. Ooh, ooh, I'ma let it all out. Ooh, ooh, better be ready for it. La 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 la. Ooh, ooh, gonna make it real loud. Ooh, ooh, coming for the takedown. Ooh, ooh, better be ready for it. La 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 la.
Another one. So this one actually, so this is Seize the Power. Oh, so that one I should say these just in case someone was listening. So that song was Rael and it's called Takedown. The next one I want to do is Seize the Power. I think the name is Yonaka. And this was, I think, for the first protest I went to. This was the I don't know, maybe it might have been no, yeah, it was the first one, the one that I ended up getting arrested. So let's go ahead and do that.
Woke up this morning, I feel so fucking important. I looked in the mirror, I'm different. I finally made a decision. All the rejected, that lost the lack of respecting themselves cause people get hectic. They hurt you and make you feel helpless. They're not brave like you, they're too scared to do anything that's different, anything that's new. I don't need lessons, I do what I want, it's refreshing. As soon as you taste independence, you start living life in the present.
So yeah, so for that one, I was in Washington D.C. It had been a last minute decision, but it worked out that I was able to fly over there, and I had just discovered the song. I think the day before it had come up, and as I was listening to playlists, and so it just felt so apropos because I've been such a passive person my whole life. So the fact that I was, that I'd gone to the Capitol and that, I was risking an arrest, which did end up happening, but I did wake up knowing that morning that that was a possibility. I'm different. I feel different. I, I've looked in the mirror, I've made decisions, and I know who I am and what I fight for and what I stand for now. So I think that's why that one really meant a lot to me. Um, Another one that's kind of like a ready for the fight song is Summer Kennedy. Oh my my. Let me get that one up here. All right, I'll try to get
Oh my, my, it feels so good. It feels so good. It feels so good. Oh my, my, gonna make my move. I'm all in, got nothing to lose. Oh my, my, gonna shake it off. It ain't no thing, it ain't no thing. Oh my, my, doing what I want. Gonna do my thing, do my thing. Way up high and take it low. I'm feeling right from head to toe. Light it up and let it roll. Here I go. Are you ready?
All right. And I want to say, like, there's a lot of work ahead for us to do to make this country and the rest of the world a safe and fair and equitable place for women in it. And not just women, but anybody, any human should be. I feel like we should be so much further than we are. I feel like we could be further as humanity as a whole. I'm really sad that we're not, but we got to be part of like pushing it that direction. So no matter what, and so there's going to be some tough times ahead, and yeah, maybe if these songs, they really are just to help you feel better and get you to where you need to be. So on its own, like, is this changing anything? No. But it changes me and it gives me these moments of reprieve, especially if I am, if you dance to music, then you're also involving your body. And that's just more processing you're able to do to get these work through these emotions in a healthy way, plus the physical exercise on top of that. And music just really speaks to the soul in ways that just other things can't. So if you're trying to just go on a walk, like your mind's still activated in what you're doing. If you're trying, meditation, if you don't have the skill really built up to do well with that, then if things are too heavy, it might just be too difficult to do. But music can pull us in, and music can usually reach us where we're at, and it can pull us to where we want to be. So um I think I'll let's go to, I guess, to a different kind of category. These ones are the more optimistic ones, the, I guess, the dreamer songs. I'll Let's start with Natasha Bedingfield, Pocket Full of Sunshine. Let me get this up.
I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and I know that it's all mine. Oh, do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me. Oh, take me away.
Yeah. Do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Sticks and stones are never gonna shake me. Um, yeah. The next one is Big Dreams. This is the score and hit.
Was never one for letting go. It felt like everybody had to let me know. What the hell you doing, kid? All the plans you're making getting way too big. They tell me I'm broken out of my mind. Head in the clouds, I'm doing just fine. Shooting for greatness, aimed at the sky. I won't know till I try. I got big dreams calling me.
It certainly feels that way. Uh, Big dreams. There's a lot of work to be done, but I have them, and I'm going to keep them. Okay. Let's do. I think. Well, let me see if I have any more in the um, dreamer category. I guess. Let's see here. Um, Nope, I don't think so. I want to go over this one. This one is Legends Never Die, and this was see, this is, shows my ignorance. I'm pretty sure this is a soundtrack for a game, but it's apropos, and it's more cinematic, I guess, if you're feeling in that kind of a dramatic soundtrack kind of type song type of mood.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. No, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die.
All right. And there's more like that. I think maybe I have others that could kind of fit into that category also. Um, let's see. Maybe not quite as cinematic, but I guess the next one is I'm trying to think. I don't actually have a name. I don't have these are all just in one playlist for me, and it's just kind of the different mood. I'll skip songs to get to the mood that I'm looking for. So when we've been hurt by a situation, sometimes it's what we need to really ground ourselves and um, find, what that thing that's deeper inside of us that matters more. And sometimes it's these hard situations, often it's breakups. A lot of these songs can be about breakups and about people who we trusted and had close to us who ended up hurting and betraying us. But there's uh, a lesson to learn from that and a strength to be had from that. So I guess these songs are kind of in that category. So let's see, we'll start with Katy Perry, Rise.
I won't just survive. Oh, you will see me thrive. Can write my story. I'm beyond the archetype. I won't just conform. No matter how you shake my core. 'Cause my roots, they run deep. Oh, you have so little faith. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in my veins. I know it, and I will not negotiate. I'll fight it, I will transform.
All right. I know I'm killing it kind of right at the as it's rising up. Anyway, there's a lot of these and these can be, I think, sometimes the most healing ones. This one's a little bit more angry, but it's still in the side. I resolve, that was the word I decided on. This category is kind of the resolve mood. So let's do Nightmare by Halsey.
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I shall die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
I keep a record of the wreckage in my life. I gotta recognize the weapon in my mind. They talk shit, but I love it every time. And I realize I've tasted blood and it is sweet. I've had the rug pulled beneath my feet. I've trusted lies and trusted men. Broke down and put myself back together again.
All righty. So, yeah, this whole song is a really good one, but I've trusted lies and trusted men, broke down and put myself back together again. That's something that we learn to do. And you forget if you've given up so much of yourself, um, you forget how strong you are and what you're capable of. Let's see. I just have so many. Let's see. Let's do this one. This one's Can You Hear Me Now from The Score.
I can barely hear a sound, it's faded. All the words you used to say tried to keep me down, I'm elevated. No more rain on this parade. I went deep inside where monsters hide to free my mind and come out alive. Tell me, when you kicked me, did you ever think that I would get up? Can you hear me now so loudly? I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Can you see me now so proudly? Looking up at what I be.
All right. Um, I think that's it maybe for that one. And I have so many songs besides. I was really just trying to go for the best. Um, um, you know what? Fuck you. That would be in the sassy section I missed. And then also Taylor Swift, Look What You Made Me Do. This one also kind of brings the the sass and also just kind of the acknowledgement that, like, this is happening because of your actions. we we would still be like in meaningful relationships with you if you cared enough about us, to protect us. Anyway, so let's see. So the next one I want to do, um, actually, yeah, one more in the resolve one, and this is the score. It's stronger, and then I'll end with the last three songs, I think. So almost done here.
I don't do this for the riches, I'm infected. My condition is I'm always in my head. These words are my religion, I'm obsessed, it's by decision. I'ma do this till I'm dead. Yeah. Set me on fire, set me on fire. Whoa, whoa. I'm still alive, I'm still alive. Whoa. Bet you didn't think that I come back to life.
So this is coming from an artist that definitely sounds more male, but I did, the set me on fire imagery, set me on fire, I'm still alive. Bet you didn't think that I would come back to life. Of course, that always will bring up, witch imagery and witch burnings and things like that. It's that's the symbolism I saw there. Like you can try to set me on fire, like you've been doing to us, I guess. But like we're still gonna be a problem. I'm still gonna be here. You're not getting rid of me. Um, I am going to stick around and fuck shit up for you. At the bare minimum. Bare minimum. So okay, I said the last three songs. So um I remember, okay, yeah, I think this one will be, I guess this would also be in the resolve category. It is a little bit more sad. It's called Head Up, and again, it's the score. I guess the score might be like the main band that I have the most amount of songs from on this. But the Head Up is talking about keeping your head up above the water, and so I appreciate a lot of these resolve songs. They're about strength and kind of pulling together and stuff. And sometimes the fight really is just about keeping your head above the water and just treading until something else can happen. And so this one I find acknowledges that, but is still in kind of a hopeful way.
Lately I've been feeling so alone. Can someone give the antidote to me so I can finally understand where I belong? The world outside to me is like an ocean and I can't swim, I'm losing my grip. Caught up in the current, won't drown in this ship. I can't swim, I'm starting to slip. I'm running out of breath, I'm scared to death. I gotta keep my head up above the water, up above the water. Gotta keep my head up. I'm never going under, never going under. As long as air's in my lungs, blood's in my veins, I'm not going down this way. I gotta keep my head up above the water, up above the water.
All right. So yeah, like I said, this one kind of just embodies for me the struggle and the point where yeah, where you really have nothing, almost nothing left. It's really at its most dire, and all the strength you need is just the strength to hold on just a little bit longer. And I'll blast these on repeat sometimes, and but it helps. It really does help. The last two I wanted to kind of just go into. I don't think these. Well, one is actually quite well known because it did get a lot of traction on TikTok. I think this might have had something a little smaller, but so this one, oh, I'm moving it around. This one is Little Sims. It's Venom. She's a female rapper, and it's very fast, but I mean it's it's poetry. I think it really uh it puts into words in a way, and when it's so fast too, it helps to, it kind of gives this feeling of just building up, just all the stuff that we have to go through, and the fear that people have for us and our power. So here we go.
Life sucks and I never tried suicide. Mine's fucked even more than I realize. Time's up, keep it moving when she arrives. If you ever heard what I heard in my mind, never try, you would cry, that's a lie, you would die. I don't wanna ever come down from a high, I am in the best seat. From time and the next breed, if you come at me directly, don't need no one to defend me. Souls in a place even I can't get to, don't fuck with the deadly. Moon waves and overseas, quick coasting overseas. Fuck those who don't believe, they will never wanna admit I'm the best here from the mere fact that I've got ovaries. It's a woman's world, so to speak. Pussy, you sour, never giving credit where it's due, cause you don't like pussy in power. Venom.
And boy, is that not all like been proven so true recently. The last one, this one is Savage Daughter. It's Ekaterina Shelahova. This song always kind of, it just gives me chills. And again, it's a place of power, coming from, I guess, out of victimhood and hurt and pain. So I think, yeah, I really am playing around with a copyright strike. I think I'll just end this video with this song, honestly. Thanks for joining, everyone. Thanks for supporting me while I try to build up a little steam. And yeah, I know people who know me I probably feel like I shouldn't be nervous, but it is really nerve-wracking to still do this. But anyway, enough about me. Let's end on this banger.
I am my mother's savage daughter, the one who runs barefoot, cursing sharp stones. I am my mother's savage daughter. I will not cut my hair, I will not lower my voice. My mother's child is a savage. She looks for her romance in the colors of stones, in the faces of cats, in the falling of feathers, in the dancing of fire, in the curve of old bones. I am my mother's savage daughter, the one who runs barefoot, cursing sharp stones. I am my mother's savage daughter. I will not cut my hair, I will not lower my voice. My mother's child dances in the darkness. She sings heathen songs by the light of the moon, and watches the stars and renames the planets, and dreams she can reach them with a song and a broom. We are all brought forth out of darkness into this world through blood and through pain, and deep in our bones the old songs are waking, so sing them with voices of thunder and rain. We are our mother's savage daughters, the one who runs barefoot, cursing sharp stones. We are our mother's savage daughters. We will not cut our hair, we will not lower our voice.
All right, and unmute me. All right, thank you so much, everyone who's been helping me and supporting me. I want to know, what are your songs that make you feel better? Put them down in the comments. If you share links, I think depending certain channels, they may be held. I'll be able to review them and prove them as they come through, though. But thanks, and I hope to see you again soon.